This game uses an autosave feature. Pew Q, I think. A gate or A go Ave, something like that. I didn't get it. Also saw one of those apostrophes. All right, now loading data. And welcome to Group Walkthroughs gameplay video of Valthirian Arc Hero School Story. This one, here we are playing a rather interesting game. Like not like not all the games on my channel are rather interesting. Just some are more interesting than others. This is a high school management game or college management. I'm not quite sure. Apparently, looking at the screen, it's a city builder, kind of a school builder, and it is also maybe it's a strategy game. Not a strategy, but RPG strategy. And that's because in this game, the player, are playing a principal of a school, and you're hiring. Well, not you're hiring. Sorry, misspoke. Happens a lot recently nowadays. But okay, and you're basically and you're basically teaching students how to become heroes for their fantasy world, mages, knights, that sort of thing. Which I caught my eye because that's interesting. So let's get started. Now, the developers sent me a key. I asked them to key mailer, they sent me a key, and thank you, developers, for sending me a key. Sorry, it's late as well. I'm trying to mess install, but yeah, yeah. Alright, so, well, let's get started. Options. This game does a controller for, by the way. Desync on. Apply. Okay, just making sure Nvidia shall play was on ball, or was playing ball, because Nvidia shall play has been updated, so it keeps one big file instead of splitting it up. And when doing so, when I do my trick of showing desktop then game, it doesn't like that, or doing options, nothing like that. Well, this game is controller support. If my controller was connected, which it isn't, because when setting up VR, I burned out my entire USB hub. Whoops. Which I have a habit of burning out USBs. I burned out at least 3 of the USBs on the mouse computer. That's because of my meanness. My meanness in relation to. That's because that is in relation to my meanness and kind of basically having the ability to overcharge things, which can be a good thing when I need to charge something quickly, but can be a very bad thing when I simply want to use a USB port. Also, that happened to my Ethernets, they're gone too. So now I'm forced to use wireless, because I kind of ate my Ethernet ports a long time ago. Not like it really matters. Oh yeah, control support works perfectly. But let's not do that right now. Let's try keyboard and mouse. Let's try keyboard and mouse because it is a management game. But I'll probably go to it when it switches to the RPG segments. Because of course, classic RPGs must be played with controller. Must be played with a controller, just like they were on console. New game, Inner Academy. The Queendoms of Valthiria, your home. Valthiria is divided into 5 queendoms, each with their own territories. The 5 queens pledge their allegiance to the High Queen. At the center is Afternoon City, where the Academy is located. To the north is Mother Street, the High Queen's palace. Alright. The High Principal, the High Queen's husband, is planning his retirement after graduating from the Academy more than a decade ago. You are now most eligible candidate to replace him. Thus, you are summoned to attend the inaugural summit at Mother's Seat. This is the beginning of your career, Dot. So, a matriarchal society, or at the very least, they just have all queens. Because, you know, the principal of the school teaching their youth is, you know, is a man, so. Gene, good morning. You arrived just in time. Alright, good. Gene. I mean, the man was the principal, and now whoever his player character is. Alright. Or whoever you are playing player character is. Alright. Gene. Today you will begin your journey as one of the most important people in Valthiria. I trust you wouldn't be late for your own inauguration. Of course not. Now, before we begin, you probably noticed that you are standing before the 5 queens, the rulers of the queendoms of Valthiria. This is Carmen Dinah, I think, the Red Queen of the Afternoon Mountains. Carmen, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Jean, standing next to her is Green Queen of Greenbound, Asma Rose the Fourth. Ezra, your deeds have reached the very depths of our force. It is a pleasure to finally meet you. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Indeed it is! Lord Jensen spoke highly of your exploits. Jane, this is Minerva Marche, the Black Queen of Nitha. Minerva, pleased to meet you, Principal. Pleased to meet you too. Jane, next is the Blue Queen of Crescent Coast. Seal Hisby. Seal? Silly. Probably silly. Lord Jensen's choice really disappoints. That much I agree, Sel. The Blue Queen... that much I agree. Sel, the Blue Queen of the Crescent Coast welcomes you. Thank you. Jean. Lastly, we have Madame Lily Cello, the White Queen of Reaching Prior. Lily, you are very young, yet burdened with such a momentous task. I, Lily Shallow, shall aid you in all capacity. Thank you. I'll try this kind of help. Maybe I did. Wink. Look at me. Alright. Jean. Now, as the principal of the academy, you will dash. ... Now, Principal Jean, not yet, at least ... Jean. Lord Jensen, High Queen Helda. Rise, please. This is your day after all. Celebrate as much as you can. Also, this is Jensen. You will find that being a principal is far more difficult than you ever imagined, as my wife never fails to remind me. Elda. Mother bless us all. I'm very glad we can trust you with this task. Helda. Jean. Dada, I'm very sorry to ask you this, but seeing as my health is not in perfect condition, Dada, can I ask you to proceed with the inauguration? Jean. Certainly, Your Grace. Now, if you please, Dada. Jensen. Let us welcome Dada, the new principal of the Academy in Afternoon City. Oh, thank you. Jensen. It will be good to finally retire and observe from a distance. But since this is a gigantic task, I will help you however I can. Jean. Thank you, my lord. And we, the Academy, will serve Valthiria to the best of our abilities. Now for your task, Dot Dot. It's about time that the Academy was given a name that properly symbolizes our hope and our strength and hope. What do you think we should call it, Principal? That is a very good question. Because we've been thinking about making schools for, you know, for charmed individual, let's say, or UEs, people who can harness universal energy and do magic and all that sort of nonsense. As far as Unity, I never came up with a name for it though. Alright, let's get to that in a second. And of course, we don't know what they call magic in this world, nor this is just a magical school. Okay, what kind of friend do we want? Shield, that's fine. Dragon. I'll make that blue. I'll make that blue, that's nice. Well, I like the green dragon. Actually, no, let's go with pure symbolism. Okay, so the gold represents command. But, you know, what hopefully will happen, you know what will happen to some people who graduate from our school. Because you'll learn leadership abilities and be able to be the hero which you want to be and which the world needs you to be. The blue represents water, the green represents the ground, the stars represent the leaders of the school, which is A, me there, and B, Thornlock. He smiles. And then the acorn represents starting a new life as a hero. Okay, we want to do this. United, which by the way, united is the term for a unite. A unite is a term for a member of the unity, if you don't want to say the entire thing. And unite is multiple unites. You know, like unite would be American, and the unity is United States. And unite would be Americans. I'm putting way too much thought in this, probably. United? Special. School. Why school am I ordering? Why go with something so simple? Because it's not threatening and it's very accurate. I spell school. Wait, I'm missing a. I'm missing about my school. I know it. Need my spelling. Okay, Google. Okay, fine. Be that way, tablet. That's what I get for having a tablet with 1 GB of RAM. School. Sorry, spell check. I was on the right track. Yes, I know where schools are. I spelled special wrong. Thank God now. Special. Is that special wrong? Special. Yes, I did. Caught up. You caught that, didn't you? Okay. It's only up by one letter. It's only up. That's what takes Fox game. For sure. For sure. Be that way. Be that way. Okay, fine. I'll take it. Yes. United Sexual School. And for those that are special in a society. And or people want to learn, or people want to, you know, learn how to integrate in the actual society instead of just the real society. But anyway, people who are conventional, people who are normal with very limited to no ability to interact sense with the spirit world or universal energy or magic. But want to interact with it. Which I've seen this. I've seen when I was in hospital, the staff and the undercovers were able to do that. And then my inauguration or finishing of my training, it was just a giant celebration of how people who are different and people would say don't exist, can interact with people who can't do that, but do both at the same time to not only confuse me, impress me, but also to work with each other. It's really interesting. Something which fiction doesn't represent. And you know how the saying goes. Truth is stranger than fiction. By the way, so Gene, United Special School Academy. That's an interesting choice. Don't need an academy. United Special School Academy fits its principle so much. I can see that. That was infant. Hilda. Yes, I see a great future waiting for us. We're waiting for United Special School Academy. That. Jensen, that's for sure. Here's the United Special School Academy. Yeah. Or HSS. I think making an acronym would be better. Oh, an acronym is so good. You know how you pronounce an acronym, right? USSS or USS? Sorry about that. Windows 10 has a bug for me in which it pretty much freezes and crashes my entire desktop. But instead of just forcing a reset, or well, basically just turns off my screens. Fortunately, the footage kind of saved. I didn't save all the way, but I did save, which is better than Elgato, which doesn't save at all. But that sucks so much. That's the reason why I didn't upgrade to Windows 10. And 3 years later, it still has issues. That makes no sense. Come on, Microsoft. I mean, Windows 10 works amazingly on platforms which it's new to. That doesn't make sense. On platforms in which it's the only install. But you try installing it on something which runs Windows 7, it doesn't work. So I would recommend if you have the opportunity, just go ahead and just get Windows 10 on a new computer. It's not worth upgrading. It really isn't. Not right now when there are no games which require Windows 10. I mean, there are some that requires Windows 8. But no game right now. I mean, I guess there are games coming out that do require Windows 10. There are features for Windows 10 like Edge, which I care about, and a lot of people care about. Anyone that wants to be able to have multiple tabs open and not accidentally close them all when you close one. People who want to have favorites in which you don't have to hunt, in which you don't have to which you don't have to, which you can keep open at all times instead of having to do one option at a time. Unlike Chrome, in which it favorites in Chrome is just terrible. Because you know people actually use favorites. Not everyone can remember every single address when you literally have hundreds that you use over time. You know, Chrome maybe for power users when my Internet Explorer is for professionals. Alright, by the way, let's go through this. Is there a fast forward button? There should be. Unless it is a visual novel aspect, like JRPGs, but it's not actually a visual novel. Yeah, it has a visual novel aspect. Sorry, that is just frustrating. Okay, let's try this again. What's the roll? Oh, this is not good. Now this game's buggy. I don't blame the game. Blame Windows 10. Ooh. Wait, these are good. How did I miss these? Nice time, by the way. But you know, it's an RPG. Man, this is odd. I have my mouse cursor on top. Okay, this one, I like the plus sign in the middle. It represents me. I need to get out of here. And then the red quadrants. Which are blue, green. There is no white. White would make it perfect. No, I like the acorn. I guess the acorn's white enough. No, I'm taking my plus sign. Like I said, it's a good thing that the game did, Windows 10 bugged out. Which could happen in like 20 minutes, by the way. I mean, people have said it's the computer overheating, but my computer's not overheating, though. My computer's not overheating. Oh, yeah, let's do the quadrants. There we go. So we got my blue, we got green and blue, and Unity's green. We got gold, my gold. We don't have white, the acorn's white enough. And you know what? The color of brown in Unity signifies independence and rogue and renegadeness. It's basically the color without color. You know, it's like if you want one of the colors, but you don't want any that belongs to like me, Luck, or any of the Unity higher ups, Unity gods, I guess you could say. Then you can pick brown. By the way, so you got the red for my making peace of, you know, with hell and sin, mostly sin. And go against and so what does it signify for our school? Well, it's in Unity colors, which is good. But again, acorn signifies a new start in life. Gold represents, you know, command and success as well. My plus sign represents me. And then red represents equal amounts of rogueness and zealotry, which is what you're gonna need at this school. There you go. Okay, so U.S.S. So United Special School, or us's, or us, just us. Yep. Sheen, Us Academy. That's an interesting choice. Dot. Jensen, Us Academy fits its principles so much I can say. Dot. I mean, it could also have been me you know, I'm sorry, brain doesn't work. It also could have been me just being me and generating so much power that it shut off the computer, or that it caused that bug. I did want to go back and change the acronym. Also, I should put another dot there because that's how I do. That's how I do acronyms. All right, so Hilda, yes, I can see great feature waiting for us academy. Is that right? Just as that's for sure. Here's to us academy. Everyone cheers. The inauguration ceremony proceeds merrily. All right.